दोस्तों, कुछ दिन पहले आप सब ने श्रीलंका के राष्ट्रपति के घर में लाखों की संख्या में जो भीड़ आ गई थी वो देखा। श्रीलंका में इमरजेंसी लग चुकी है, महंगाई रिकॉर्ड स्तर पे है और दूसरी तरफ इस डरावने दौर में श्रीलंका की टीम, पाकिस्तान की क्रिकेट टीम श्रीलंका का टूर कर रहे हैं। क्या होगा श्रीलंका का? इन जवाबों के लिए आज हमने श्रीलंका में दो बुद्धिजीवियों से बात की। We will start with inflation.
This has affected all the country. Like you can't exactly say that this is affected only to poor people or something like, but every single person, they are suffering from inflation. Even though, like we say, now you as an example, you said 1 liter of milk. So 1 liter of milk before couple of months, not couple of months, like 4 months before, it was like 200, 250 rupees in between. Now it is more than 430 rupees. So it's almost doubled. It's almost doubled.
Nadish, let me add you now. Sri Lankan dollar rate, if you take it up, just by last March, 4 months back, it was something like 200. Now it is like 350.
Yeah,
so
350,
you can
360.
Yeah, so you can compare it with that rate, Gaurav. Okay, you go ahead.
All right.
Yeah, and you know, like fuel has increased, and also especially the public transportation. I have seen lots of practical situations where people can't believe how much it costs. Like from one bus stand, bus halt to the other bus halt. Usually, I can't remember one because I haven't traveled in bus for a long time. Now only I started traveling by buses. It was like 10 to 20, 10, 15 rupees, I think, for one bus halt distance. But now it has come to 40 rupees. So yesterday I experienced something. One old lady got into a bus and she wanted to get down from the next bus stop. So she was like screaming at the bus conductor, saying how wrong to take like 40 rupees. The people, they suffer from this. People are not nowadays people are not using buses even for small little or like short distances. They try to walk, and the prices of the taxi fares have been doubled. Like they don't have any regulation over their prices. I think Ruwan is aware of this as well. Like they don't have any regulation, so prices
So
have been doubled.
this Uber and these Uber is there or they have closed
Yeah.
See,
down?
Uber is there actually. Uber is there, but the thing is, like, I haven't used Uber for like last couple of months, like more than 1 month. Ubers are not available because of the fuel. Like none of the taxis are available. You'll get taxis here and there, but the thing is, like, even the normal taxis, they charge double. I mean, Uber you don't find.
Could I add something, Nadish?
Yeah, Ruan, sure.
Yeah. No, actually, with the taxi situation, it has become some magic here. Actually, you know that the fuel crisis is there in Sri Lanka. So about inflation, if you ask, about 1 year back, inflation was 5%. Now it was the calculation. Now the inflation is 55%, almost 11 times. Sri Lanka is the second highest inflation rate in the world. So about the Uber and these things, we are having two major taxi services are called Uber and Pick-me. So in that, you can't find a tuk-tuk or auto, in your words. So
Right.
why it is? Because being the fuel crisis, if you go there, the tuk-tuk or the auto drivers has become people who are selling fuel. They are buying fuel from the market, that means from the sheds, and from there, you don't believe the fuel price normal in Sri Lanka today is 450, but at the black market, it has become 2,000 to 3,000 by today. So all the tuk-tuk riders has become fuel sellers rather than the tuk-tuk riders. For example, one of my friend who was being close by Katunayake airport, who is working there, he wanted to walk from his working place to his boarding place. So it was about 1 kilometer and he was walking. Suddenly there was a tuk-tuk came there and he has given, after going there, just 500 rupees. Normally about 3 months back, that price is something like 100 rupees. And once he get off, the tuk-tuk rider scolding him, you have to give me 1,000 rupees, right? So that's the way the tuk-tuk riders are going there, and there are less and very less tuk-tuks available in the roads, even in Colombo and also at Ganemulla Gampa, my area. And also, why it is less? Because fuel crisis is there, and also all the riders has become fuel sellers. It is more profitable for them, but people are using more of walking, I think, Nadish. I'm seeing that a lot of people using push bicycles, or either they are walking for the shorter distance. Therefore, tuk-tuk riders are having lesser market. You can go ahead,
Yeah.
sir.
So, 3 months ago, what was your monthly grocery bill? And currently, have you cut down on your variety of grocery that you buy to few essential groceries? Or I mean, you are spending more to get the same variety of groceries?
Still we are in a complex situation, Gaurav, because if you just if you ask like what is the grocery bill per month, so the items which we were capable of buying at that time, most of them are right now we don't, I mean, we can't find, they are not available as well. I think Ruan agrees with me. I mean, it's not only the price hike, there is a huge unavailability of items in supermarkets, and also because of that it is difficult to say. But anyway, like
Which ones
I'll
are
give you
not available? Can you give two, three examples?
um most of the imported items, like some most of the imported stuff, like and the other thing, like milk powder is not available everywhere nowadays. Only I saw like Rowan, I think in last 1 or 2 weeks I found some milk powder in Spa supermarket. Other
No,
than that,
actually,
it would.
yeah, Nadish, to add, actually, Gaurav, for last 6 months, like there was a scarcity of milk powder, because for milk powder, when I'm just living next to a supermarket called Cargill's, so there when milk powder comes, they inform us. You don't believe that if they get 120, milk packets, that just goes in minutes, right? So that sort of a scarcity is there for the milk powder, and also the Sri Lankan fresh milk. Even it's not available that much like in India. You are having Amul and all those things.
Yeah, yeah,
So this
yeah.
milk powder issue was there for last 6 months. Like, so that is a different issue, I feel, because the price and all those things for the milk powder has gone up months back. But the thing is, as Adish correctly said, if you take the most essential goods, let's say start from rice, its price was something like Sri Lankan rupees 100, for a normal something called, we are called Nadu. And now it's something like 250 or 300. And when you go there for the sugar, it's almost 3 times. And dal, it's also about 3 times. If you take the most essential good, salmon, and also the other things, what you call, if you ask the price variation and all those, the things are very scarce, certain things to find, the essential goods,
But
especially.
in your opening statement, you said the inflation is 55%, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
And you said it was like 10 times or 11 times more than normal inflation, right?
Yeah,
About
it's it's
about
it's
6 months back, yes.
yeah,
Yes.
it's
So,
actually Gaurav, consumer items. If you take consumer items, the inflation rate has become 82%, 82%. Okay, and when you take non-consumer items and all, like when you take fuel and all this, so that will come around 42%, 42, 45%. So that averages you up like 60, around 50, 60. That's what happens. Like that's why when Ruan was talking about the food items and consumer stuff, then only it can some items have
yeah, but
increased
I
10
am trying
times.
to understand. No, the prices you are telling are mostly twice or thrice than they were 3 months ago. But
Yeah,
inflation
exactly.
figure you are saying it's 10 times. So where is the
Uh,
gap?
just this is something calculation done by some other third party, so we can't say that correctly. For example, loaf of bread. Okay, 3 months back we brought it for 60 rupees, Sri Lankan rupees. And now today we are buying it for 180. So it's three times price
Right,
of
right,
bread. So
right,
because
right.
all these things has become 2 to 3 times at least high we have to pay today.
So, what is the price of a normal scooter or bike which teenagers or college going students buy? What is the price of that scooter right now?
Scooter price normally today it has become something like Sri Lankan rupees 300 to 400,000, isn't it, Nadish?
I think it's more than that. I
Yeah,
think it's more than that.
yeah, because in the black market it has become more pricey today because of scarcity, right? But
And what about?
normally,
Yeah,
but if
please
you
go
say
on.
Hero Honda or Yamaha or those things, maybe 400,000 still it's available for your scooter. But
Hmm.
yeah, but black market, but only thing is, you might not
Hmm.
believe because I'm having an electrical scooter,
Hmm.
right? So
Hmm.
electrical scooter price 3 4 months back something like 140 150,000 rupees. But
Hmm.
today you might not believe price of a battery pack for a scooter has become 100,000, and the scooter
Hmm.
price has become almost 400,000 to 500,000.
Right.
Electrical scooter because of the less of fuel. People are more looking for the push bicycles and also for the electrical scooters and electrical cars. But we are having in Sri Lanka only 5,000 electrical cars available for the moment.
And the
So,
price
According to
and the price of the push bicycles have been hiked. You know,
hmm.
people are like, I mean, push bike price of a push bike is like around 20,000 or something. Now you can, I mean, now it'll now. I mean, people they sell their old push bicycles even for 30, 40,000. That's, I mean, it has hiked a
it
like
has become a mania.
So,
it
It has
has,
so what
become
about
and
what
there
a
about
mania.
what about people who used to drive their cars to their offices? So, have they stopped using their cars?
majority of the people, like I don't drive my car, as I said in the first place, like I haven't drove like last 1 month.
Hmm.
mm, because it's
Right, right,
parked now.
right.
It has just become a nothing different to my refrigerator or the or the washing machine.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So let's move on to the other section, jobs and businesses. So what is happening with the, so are a lot of people getting I mean, fired from their jobs? And what about businesses? What's happening there?
With that, actually, there are two sides, Gaurav. Sri Lanka is still lucky. The major streams like the garment industry and those things are not hit in a big scale because the major those things still giving the dollars in a way and the
Hmm.
jobs are still getting. But you might not believe in the construction
Hmm.
industry, the cement prices and all those things went high and those things are very scarce and those things are becoming lower and lower. I read one article last week. It says that 500,000 to 700,000 people's jobs have lost during last few months. So, and also within this thing, I'm into the IT. So I'm seeing that certain projects and all those things technically getting into Sri Lankan way. We are having a lot of issues because we are having power cuts, about at least 3 hours power cut, and also we are having other connectivity issues and all those things. So the delivery issues and all those things are there for me and my teams. So technically that is a very huge thing. You know how IT, how much we have to be deliverable. So those
Right,
things
right,
are
right.
there, and so yeah, that's how.
So you gave a number of 500,000 to 700,000 in construction industry, right?
Exactly, sir.
Okay. So has this led to increase in crime rate?
Well, for the moment, there are certain things and certain concerns within the country. It says the crime rate is getting high, but not.
Mm-hmm.
It is just cannot be seen in big numbers. But
Hmm.
for me, I'm discussing with my friends with that Colombo, even Gota Gogama, we say in golf is. We discussed
Mm-hmm.
last week on this thing. For
Mm-hmm.
sure, with the pressure and all those things, people are getting poor,
Mm-hmm.
becoming more poorer. For sure crime rate will be getting higher within next few months to come.
So, are there instances where people, looted some shopkeeper or anything like that?
Still not recorded, but still, but
Hmm.
there's big possibility that these things might happen in very near future.
Right, right. So, jobs are down, and businesses are also down. Inflation is
Yeah,
up. So,
Exactly,
yeah.
exactly.
anything more, Natisha, you want to add to jobs and businesses? Then we will move on to the third section.
Yeah, when
Uh,
it's up to jobs, I think recently I got some information that they are facing problems about the wages of the government servants
Mm-hmm.
on this month and the next month. So last
Mm-hmm.
month also, I think the government printed rupees to give away the salaries of the government servants. But right now, if they do it in this month, so we are going to face more and more issues. So it is in a considerable position for the government
Mm-hmm.
right now. So that's what that will create some problems as well. And as you talked about the jobs, so there will be more and more issues, as Ruan explained, if we are going to get more power cuts, and this duration of the power cuts, if it gets extended in the next few weeks. So we'll be facing more and more issues, especially not only the IT sector. When you think about the garment factories, they are
Mm-hmm.
facing huge issues. Right now also they are working using some other sources for electricity, but I don't think that they will be. I mean, they are working on sustainable solutions. So all of
Mm-hmm.
these will be in danger, and there will be lots of job cuts as well in that case, and this like they will have salary cuts and all these things. So people will be in more and more problems for sure. According to my knowledge and the information that we are receiving, so Sri Lanka is going to face its worst days in next few weeks.
Right. So, we. What about tourism? Let's move to tourism because your country. What is? Do you can you recall what is the percentage of your GDP that is there in tourism? Close to 20%, if I am recalling it correct. 20.
let maybe 20. I should have to even Google it and see.
Okay.
But
Mm-hmm.
technically, in Sri Lanka, the major three components are for the our Sri Lankan incomes are tourism and the foreign workers and
Mm-hmm.
also the garment industry. So
All right.
technically, all three are in danger for today, right? So when we
So,
see it, when we see the tourism, especially when the tourists come into Sri Lanka, there is no assurance with the Sri Lankan current situation. They can travel because I'm just into something called couch surfing, and there are some of my friends are coming and going around. I'm traveling outside of the country also. Is something else, but being with them, when then some friends are asking me, when can we come? Right? We are having no answer. They can't use the public transport. You saw that how much Nadish was getting delayed, and
yeah.
they can't use their own vehicle even getting a higher try show or something. It's a skyrocketing price, right? And
Yeah.
also the places when you go there, foods and all those things are not available because they are not having gas or something to cook. So that for the tourism, the things which are being there, this is the perfect time to come and visit Sri Lanka because earlier people are coming this time to visit Sri Lanka, and this is the best time to visit. But
Oh,
unfortunate thing
really?
is, yeah,
This is the best time to visit. How?
well, in Sri Lanka, any time is the best time because in Sri
Yeah, yeah.
Lanka,
The weather-wise, it's fine.
yeah,
Climate,
yeah,
weather, beautiful, and there are a lot of places to visit. But are you saying it economically? It's the best time to visit because tourists will get.
Economically, it's good. Economically, it's better for the traveler. Like when the dollar rate is high, so you have to spend
Hmm.
less dollars for get. I mean, your amount you will
Yeah,
spend
yeah, yeah.
less. Yeah.
So are you getting tourist arrivals more or very less than what they were
Very
before.
less. Because I
Very
saw
less.
the calculations just a few days back. It was saying that there are a few airlines like Turkish Airlines was cancelling their tours to Sri Lanka, and few were stopping because of this thing. New Zealand, UK, and some countries are putting travel bans for their visitors, and all those things would stop because Sri Lanka today, for the world, still unsecure place. So
Yeah.
technically, we cannot expect them to take a risk and come over here. But for sure, I'm asking if someone is watching this, come to Sri Lanka, because Sri Lanka is safe place. There is
Yeah.
no such threat because it's the. I think you will talk about cricket. All the
Yeah. Yeah.
Australia, Pakistan is being here, and they were
Yes.
playing here about 100 kilometers away in Gaul when all the agitations were going in Sri Lanka. About 2 million people were gathering in Sri Lanka and going ahead. Another cricket team is playing in Gaul, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
don't worry, things are very safe. People
Yeah.
who are in
Yeah.
Sri Lanka will say it. So please drop it. But the thing is, certain facilities we need to think how things should grow. So yeah, that's
Right.
how
Right.
it goes down.
Right. Right. So currently, emergency has been declared, and your politicians, they will form a government of all the parties, right? So, do you think all party participation in the government that will solve the problem?
That will solve the problem in a way. Like right now, we are facing two major problems. One is the economical crisis that we are facing, and the other thing is the political stability we don't have right now. So it is like in a circular motion. Like we need we need the political stability to get rid of the economical crisis. So the economical from the economical crisis we can't get away within Sri Lanka. We need the support of IMF, the World Bank, Asian Development Bank. Probably we need the support of the other countries. So we need to get all these support from the outside. But the political stability we have to find it inside our country. That has to be within. So this political stability has to be established before everything because the IMF aid will come only if we can establish the political stability within the country. So it's a must that we need to look for it. And as you said, the multi-party government is a solution where we can show the world that we can be united in a crisis situation like this together. If we can work as a team, all the political parties and the leaders can stay together in this kind of a crisis situation, face it along, and find solutions, keeping their political agendas and different views on different things. We have to be on one line and face this thing. So the solution has to be a multi-party government for sure. Um, but we are waiting for what's going to happen, especially tomorrow, about the presidency, the presidency, where it will move. So these things we have to be considered, and we'll see. We are hoping for the best. If we can establish a multi-party government, there will be lots of positives that we can look for.
Yeah, just to add it up, I think today is Listeners' Day. So the only thing what happened in Sri Lanka is there are very less listeners and no talkers. So what we need is some political people who are less talkers and who are good listeners to the people and going ahead. So as Nadish told, today we had nominations for the next interim president. So there are two major nominations. The current what you call the one who is looking after presidency, Mr. Ranil Wickremesinghe, and the other is Dallas Salahaperuma. And let's see what would going to happen. But technically, we need the assurance that Sri Lanka is moving on. So thanks India, you guys are helping a lot. There are
Yeah.
certain things are going on currently because of the fuel and all those things are coming with some help from you and other friends who are being around us, who need to help and to go ahead. This political stability needs to be assured with a multi-party government, and it may be placed anytime within next couple of weeks. But let's see, because the with certain political agendas of certain people, certain things may going wrong. Let's see how it goes within next few days.
So let's move on to the last section, which is about migration of educated people. I like to quote Venezuela here. Venezuela, as you know, although Sri Lanka is nowhere near Venezuelan situation, because they had inflation 1,000% or more, and 20% of their population, which includes scientists, teachers, doctors, lawyers, they migrated to other countries. So, are your people thinking about migrating currently? I mean, especially the intellectual class or the educated class.
It
Gaurav,
is.
there are two sides of this actually. You might not believe, during last 4 months or 6 months, you can see in the our immigration department and the especially who are taking to the passports, it's more than the deliverable by the department. There are a lot of people getting around there to get their new passports. So what I have to say is the newer people who are getting there, I don't say not educated people, but they are still trying to get out of the country, but still who are having their own passports. I know Nadish and myself, like, we are still thinking we have to develop this country. And also
Yes.
we can see a lot of our friends, because I'm an engineer from University of Morattu at the Prime University of Sri Lanka for the engineering graduates. More than 70% of my friends are away from the country, but who are still being here in the country. And just after graduation for 20 years, we think there should be a gain for the country from the educated people. I know there are a lot of people who are educated, the doctors. I saw the numbers, around 2,000 doctors applied for the, they want to get out of their doctor's profession and for their leaves from the other small numbers in Sri Lanka. So engineers, lawyers, so engineers and the other professions, as you told, are
Yeah.
having huge tendency of going out, but still there are a set of people who think that they should deliver it
You
to
are
the
torch
country in
bearers.
here.
You are torch bearers for the society.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, Mr. De Silva, your comment.
No, the same thing that I have to say, like Ruan explained it well. Majority of our friends, people who are around us, there are lots of people who thought that they could have stayed in the country and served the country, but now majority of them, they are thinking of moving away. But now, right now, at the moment, I'm in the immigration office, Ruan, the passport office,
Oh God, oh
as
God,
we say.
oh God,
Yeah,
oh God.
then I have a trip to Eastern Asia in next month. So because of that, I have to renew my passport. That's why I came.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, so it is unbelievable, like queues. You see people sleeping all around the
You,
floors. People have.
if you can turn around your camera and show it to them,
Shall I?
if it's,
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah.
I'll do that. I'll do that. I'll do that. Wait. I'll do that. I came to I mean, less crowded place. Let me just show you. You can see my background. I just want to see how to. I can't
Flip the
turn my.
camera. Flip. You want to
How can
flip
I
the
do that?
camera?
Yeah, that's what
So
I'm
you
trying to
you
do. I
you
can't
flip
do it.
flip your phone. Yeah.
Fine. Okay. Now can you
Yeah.
see?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm walking. This is a lesser
move.
crowded place.
Oh God.
This is a lesser crowded place. Okay, so I'll move one round. I mean, this is the
Yeah.
floor that you have least crowd, because I needed some kind of a, see,
Right.
See the situation. I mean, these are all. When you see this, especially you might think these are uneducated and unskilled. No, if you go near, you will see like very. Most of them are reputed people. So they
Right.
have come from far away, and this is it. So that's the thing.
Right. So thank you guys. I hope situation will improve very fast now in next few months. And it was a very interesting conversation, Ruan and Nidisha.
And
And
I'm sorry that I
Hmm,
was not capable of joining it according to the proper time which
no
you
problem. I
planned.
understand. I understand.
And it's
The
difficult to participate properly as well with all the noise, and also because of that I was not capable of talking properly, so I had some issues from my side. I'm sorry for that.
No problem. No problem. All right, gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks for inviting us, Gaurav, and have a nice time. And it's a pleasure to be joined with our friendly Indians and share some thoughts about Sri Lanka and what's going on. So don't think that Sri Lanka is
Same
in a
here.
vain. We hope and we expect, and we just think that Sri Lanka still have a good hope. And because Sri Lanka is a good educated country and resourceful country, and
Yes.
having strength for just for me, yes, if multi-party government or anything, if we can form or anything with 3 to 4 months, a proper administration body politically, they can form within the country. Sri Lanka will come in neutral because it is not a difficult thing, Gaurav. Sri Lanka is a very stable country for last many years because it was the most stable country in South Asia, because it was
Yeah.
the best country in Asia by 1950 once we got the sovereignty. So
Yeah.
technically, we are having all resources and all those things around. Nothing has changed. Only thing, the political phenomenon did this all thing wrong. So simple changes and small waiting will deliver. That's our hope. And
Yeah.
hope that India will also have. I know India is having some issues also, as you told. So hopefully,
Yeah.
both all of we are in the same phenomenon of this corona situation hits and all those is in the
Yeah.
world. So hope the best for the world, and India also helping us. Thanks for that again. And
Yeah.
let's go on a journey together. And nice of speaking to you and joining with the all the
All right.
Indian friends and all. I born and see you then, friends.
Okay. Bye.